So Alan, thank you
Yes.
so much for taking your time out of your very busy
My
schedule.
pleasure.
I know there's a lot of new projects coming out now, and you're busy kind of promoting a lot of them. You are one of the most requested guests for this show, just because you're always one of the top producers at our brokerage and throughout the city. You're very well known in the pre-construction and the resale community as well, but mostly for pre-construction. I know typically you sell about 200 to 300 pre-construction units per year, and obviously those are numbers that people would just really dream to have, and they always ask me, how does Alan do it, right? So now that you're sitting here with me, I think the main question is, how do you do it? Like, how do you become so successful at pre-construction?
I think most of the important thing is you need to make sales in the sales office, right? No matter what, you need to bring your clients into the sales office. You need to educate them. What is the beautiful of the pre-construction? Why you buying the pre-construction? Pre-construction is something like, let's say for example, if you have a child only maybe 16 years old, the pre-construction normally is 4 years or 5 years to be closing.
Right.
After that, you still have 2 years for renting it out. And once your boy or the girls graduated and they have the job, they can take over it. And the parents want to really help their child in order to get into the real estate. They have something. Real estate is the tangible assets. And you are something like, I always tell people a silly word, you are married with the time.
Right.
If you invest in the real estate market, not like the stock. You buy today and sell tomorrow. It's not like that. You have the long-term holding it in order to make a quick appreciation. And then pre-construction, and then for the pre-construction, the beautiful of the pre-construction is you have the time in order to put the down payment by installment, and after the signing, you just sit there
Right.
and wait for the appreciation.
Right.
And your owing balance, 85% or 80% of the owing balance, you are no need to pay the interest at all. But builder have the interest. You are getting the beneficial from the interest rate. If the interest rate now is higher, 6% of every year of the 85%, you are taking about 5% of the property for 5% of the whole year. 4 years afterward, you are getting 20%
Oh, right.
in
right.
advance, right?
That's a
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good point. So I think back to one of your points before is, a lot of our agents that are, getting into the business now, they see pre-construction and they try to approach their clients, and typically pre-construction prices per square foot are higher than some of the resale condos now, right? So a lot of agents may have a hard time justifying to their clients, like, this price is going to be $1,600 to $1,800 per square foot, but if you buy resale, it's $1,300 per square foot. Now, how do you kind of explain or educate your client, like, why pre-construction is so much more expensive than resale?
Yes, mostly because the pre-construction, there are new costs, new land costs, new material costs, and new wages, right? And then the costs can't compare with the old one. Let's say if the market going up by 8% per year, and if you buy the resale, renting it out, you have the depreciation, you have the cost right now. But for the pre-construction, you don't have the cost. You are fully 8% of the appreciation in your pocket,
Right.
plus the owing balance interest. That maybe more than 10% a year.
Yeah.
Even though you pay the premium now, maybe 15%, 20%, after 4 years, 5 years, you times 10 is more than you pay.
Right.
And then you have the time in order to do planning by installment, and then you are helping your children to purchase something in the future. If let's say, for example, I have a buyer, and then he said, I want to buy. Why I buy now? Because if you don't help your children to buy now, once they put the deposit, save the deposit, after few years, maybe 10 years, 8 years from now, so they will lose the chance in order to purchase something is very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the main key is, a lot of, I'm a father of like 2 young kids,
Yes.
and I'm worried that, because I see where the market's going, is like, where are they going to live? Are they going to live in my basement until they're 45 years old or 50 or beyond that, and wait until I leave and take over my house? So I think that's why, once people have kids, it's a good idea to look at some pre-construction
Yes.
that takes 4 or 5 years down the line to finish,
Yes.
and 2 years after that to rent out, and then by that time it's appreciated, or your kids get on the property ladder.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's very, as you know, in Toronto, it's very expensive to get on there right now.
Yes.
Right? So.
I fully agree. And then the condo is the future of the market. And then you just buying something, put the down payment, sit for 5 years for the occupancy or closing, rent it for another 2 years, and your boys grow up, and then he has a job. He can take care of it, or he can sell it after the appreciation and grab the money to buy something he want to, right?
Yeah, that's the really only way to get on the ladder on that side.
Yes, agree.
So one of the questions that people have is, there's a lot of pre-construction projects going on now, especially I think there was a delay during COVID from some of the releases. So this year there was a lot more coming on the pipeline. How do you decide which projects to work on? Because I know you're very busy, you can't work on all of them, so how do you pinpoint the ones to work on?
We will pick some of the what we call have the great reputation, and then they have the history. They are not the small builder, they're the big builder, and then they will be delivered on time. We are absolutely 100% make sure they will be delivered to you. The risk on the pre-construction is only one thing, is the builder don't build. Every people is worried about it, right? But if you find some builder, they have the good reputation, they will deliver it to you, then it's very good investment at all. Yes. Okay. This is what we call the end investor. You are the end user, but you invest first, finally you will take it for your child for using it.
Yeah, exactly. So I think, back to the first question, how you sell 200 to 300 a year. What is your, you don't have to tell us the whole details, but what is your process from start to kind of finish with your clients? Like, do you have a client and you introduce a project to them and then explain the return on investment and where it goes, or how does your process usually work if you get a new client?
As a pending agent, normally the builder will have plenty of time for us to well prepare. Before the launching, let's say there's a project launching on the next January. Now we already have the preparation, and then we have some information, and then we can e-blast to our client, and then tell them it's coming soon, and approximately how much is that, and then where is the closing day, and then that's the preparation we need to do is 2 to 3 months before. Okay. So we are well prepared.
Okay, good. So I think that's a great tip, because we always encourage our new agents or all agents to attend all the sales events as soon as possible, because as with your connections and some of the other connections we have at our brokerage, we get a lot of information 2 to 3 months prior to the launch.
Yes.
So it's very important to educate your clients, like you said, 2 to 3 months before.
Yes.
Instead of as soon as the launch comes and you just gift it to your clients and say buy something, right?
Yes.
So it's a good process to kind of explain to them the location, the building, and all that information on that side, right? Yeah.
Yes. For the new agent, sometimes they don't know how to do it, right? And then our brokers have a team, have a group. We are here to helping them. Yeah. Helping them, and then we will bring them to meet the the builder, and then we will do the video filming with them. Yeah. Because we want the agent to expose them, in the market. Yeah. Don't be shy. Yeah. Yeah. And you need to show off yourself.
Of course, yeah.
Or for the pre-construction, you need to show off yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Every time, no matter what, you just test your client, give them the information, no matter they want to buy or not. Yeah. At least they have the information and then know the market, and then they will stick with that, and then one day they will come to you.
Yeah, because they know that you're the pro,
yes,
the person to go to for pre-construction. Yeah. Okay, so last question, because I think I know you're very busy. A lot of people are saying that next year the market may slow down a bit, and resale pre-construction may slow down as well, because people aren't sure what's going to happen with interest rates or the economy in the next couple of years. You are always kind of have your feet on the ground and know the market very well firsthand. Where do you think the market will be in 2023?
It depends on the interest rate. The interest rate we're looking for to next year, maybe they will be topping up on the mid of the next year, and then once they topping up and the market is steady, and the buyer feel comfortable, they will come into it. As what I'm saying for the pre-construction, you are not closing at this year, next year. You are closing on 4 year or 5 year later on. Once 4 year and 5 year, the interest rate will be coming down back to the normal. I would like to say 3% or under 3% is the general normal interest rate. It's not like now. Now people are hesitate into the market because of the interest rate of the resale interest rate you are paying on that. Unless you are buying for your own, no problem. If you're buying for the rental, they're not covered it. right?
Okay.
But for the pre-construction, you just pay the installment for 15%, maybe now in 2 years, 3 years time, and then after that, you have no headache. After 2027, 2026, the interest rate already come down.
Yeah.
I don't feel they will sit for the feet on the highway for a long time.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but only maybe 1 year, 18 months, that's it.
Okay, so anyone who purchases now, I mean, by the time the project is finished, presumably the market is picked up again and super hot like it was before. Just like Toronto kind of goes through a cycle, and then this is part of it now. Is just a little bit of a dip, and then it goes back up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You are married with the time.
Yeah.
The longest you hold,
Yeah.
the more you can earn.
Yeah.
For me, all my investment is pre-construction. Yeah.
Okay.
The only one house I buy for the resale is my own.
It's your own, yeah.
My own house. I have to live there, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to pay the rent.
Right.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay, so everything else. No, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
If everyone is okay, maybe I could put your information in the description. If anyone has some information they want to ask you about pre-construction projects that are upcoming, they can email you, or some tips about if you're an agent in the market looking for a project, or some tips on selling pre-con. Feel free to email Alan, and he's always willing to have his phone on and talk to anyone. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Archie.